Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your first edition of the Barreto Boys Live for post game of the NFL Week 1. My name is Dylan Barreto. I'm with Big Brother Steven Barreto. Hello.
Yes, hello. Another great week one opening week for the National Football League.
Football's back, and we might have already gotten Game of the Year in Week 1. What a comeback by the Buffalo Bills. And with that being said, let's pull it up. There we go. Baltimore 40, Buffalo Bills 41. We are 3 minutes removed from this game ending. And watching the Ravens choke this game away was a bit of a
Last
tough
3 years, Ravens choke away leads. For some reason, they have a 3-score lead in the fourth quarter and won't start the fourth quarter off running the ball. And if they ran the ball at the beginning of the fourth quarter, that time wouldn't be there for the
wasting a phenomenal Derrick Henry game. A fucking phenomenal Derrick Henry. Granted, Derrick Henry had a play in this comeback too.
He tends to do that every now and then.
An unbelievable game by both teams. Lamar Jackson 14 for 19, 210 yards and 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry 18 carries, 167 yards.
Buffalo's defense for like last 5 years, they're a defense that's not built to stop the run. And Derrick Henry needs to have more than 20 carries in this game. When his 18 is 167. And the spots that he's not in the game, I don't understand. Because when he's not in the game, you totally give away the threat of him running. But the Bills wouldn't figure that out neither. Because when he's not in the game and they run a zone read, Lamar's keeping it. If Derrick Henry's not in there, and every time Derrick wasn't in there, he kept his own read.
We saw some incredible plays this game on Derrick Henry's like 75-yard run where he just stiff-armed old dude into the crust of the earth.
I think Derrick Henry is like, with this game, is like now 475 yards away from his high school total.
Which is hilarious because he's been in the NFL for 9 years. Been in the NFL for 9 years, and he would literally run for like 400 yards a game in high school.
Well, his senior year, he ran for 4,000 yards. His first 3 years, he averaged 2,000 yards a season. But his senior year, he went 4,000.
Yeah, because his senior year, he was a fucking grown man. He was a fucking grown man, bigger than fucking everybody. So, like, shout out to Derrick Henry. He's always been phenomenal. He's always great. But, like, the touchdown pass to DeAndre Hopkins, where it was just one-on-one, and all he did was just put his hand out there and just grab the ball. Unreal.
Zay Flowers catches and catch and runs.
Zay Flowers, and then even let's go with the 2 tight end catches that the Bills had with Dalton Kincaid and who was the fucking other one.
The last one was like the third string tight end.
Yeah, literally tight end 3.
1 yard line.
Jackson Hawes on the 1 yard line. Unreal.
Josh Allen in the quarterback rankings, he's number 1 after this week. He's number 1.
Yeah.
Who's Lamar right now? And that's the top 2 quarterbacks in the NFL by rankings.
Oh, yeah. I think you'll see some guys really pop in there. Like, I think Justin Herbert had himself a fucking phenomenal showing, too.
The problem...
Go ahead.
The problem with the Ravens right now, and Lamar, I believe, is like now 1-7 against Mahomes and Allen. His last like 8 games or 6 games. He's like,
you gotta
beat those guys.
You have to, because you're gonna see them again. We can't keep having these mistakes where, like, in that it's really on Harbaugh. I can't sit here and blame Lamar
No, yeah, Harbaugh's defense or the defense coordinator gave up 22 points in the fourth quarter.
29 in the second half. 29 in the second half.
It looked like you were going to dominate this
or
game.
28 in the second half. But still, like
dominate the game.
You can't continue to run into these situations where the offense is putting up unfucking real numbers, scoring yards, etc., and you can't get stops or dumb shit happens. You have to put yourself in positions where the dumb shit won't matter.
It's like they get away from the game plan in the fourth quarter when the second and third quarter was Derrick Henry run. Open it. Derrick Henry opens up the pass game, making it easy. Zay Flowers tearing up the corners in the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter comes, and it was like, we don't know how to call offense in the fourth quarter. We don't know how to waste time in the fourth quarter. Like, we're just going to come out in the fourth quarter. Our first 3 plays is pass.
Harbaugh also hates giving Henry the ball 20-something times. Like, I'll never forget going into week 2 last year where he's like, we didn't bring Derrick Henry here to carry the ball 25 times a game. And now that we've seen how the entire deal goes,
when he's dominating, and the Bills is the one team you need to run against because they're designed to stop pass offenses. That's their fucking defense is designed for pass. Now, that's why they always struggle against teams that are run heavy. They always struggle against teams that run heavy. Just like in a playoff game when they played, Derrick Henry only had 84 yards, but you weren't giving him the ball. They do not want to see Derrick Henry. The one thing the Buffalo Bills defense does not want to see is you running the ball. And when you pass the ball, you're doing their defense a favor because they do not want to tackle that big motherfucker, especially if he gets to the second level. And when
second level, it's a guarantee another 10.
Those guys, they're either too slow or too small. Because there's no reason why the Ravens should have won this game.
None besides just absolute ineptitude.
You're just going to get Josh Allen slobber the whole week, and he's the front runner right now for MVP.
All right, let's start with opening kickoff. Philadelphia Eagles and your Dallas Cowboys.
No more.
Last time we were on the show, last time we had a show was the day before Micah Parsons got traded. And I said in this show, I was like, Micah Parsons is going to be traded. It's only a matter of time. And surely enough, he was. And it was the same day they decided to say, Jerry's open to trading him 30 minutes later.
Who did I pick to go to the Super Bowl? Before it happened.
Who'd you pick? The Niners?
No, I picked
Packers. Yeah. To them, and we'll get to them. They looked suffocating today. This game, the craziest thing is they could have used Micah Parsons in this game much.
Here's the thing about this game, because they beat themselves. Well, CeeDee Lamb dropping the ball doesn't help it.
Does not help.
Well, he also, I always criticize CeeDee Lamb, was he quits on routes. Even that last pass, he dove for it. He didn't have to dive for it. He could have ran and caught it. He just hit by the safety. That's what.
Dak looked great. That's a lot of things. It's like something people aren't giving enough credit for in my mind. Was Dak came in and looked great against the defending Super Bowl champions. Granted, their best defensive player didn't play a single snap.
Well, people always forget Dak's record against the NFC East. He's like 30. Well, now it's 33-9 against the NFC East.
He's only lost. Forget that Dak is a very good quarterback.
Yeah.
Like a very good quarterback.
When he's on, he's on. If people forget, the last time he was a full-time starter, he was only second in the MVP voting.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, and the Eagles defense is young, and they got you could move the ball in this Eagles defense. The The new offense coordinator's first time calling plays. He's never called plays before.
Nope.
So this is where you end up with A.J. Brown and one target at the end of the game.
Literally, they only had one pass past 10 yards.
Devontae Smith also had like 3 targets, and A.J. Brown, not only that, A.J. Brown had 0 separation. Was getting 0 separation this game.
None. Trayvon Diggs and that corner room did a great job.
The one thing I will say about the Dallas Cowboys is they look prepared. It seemed like they were prepared. They knew the only thing they just could not keep contained. They kept breaking contain. And that's where coaching needs to come in. Is like, guys, when we're going up against mobile quarterbacks, you have to stay outside. Don't come inside. They want you to come inside. Because as soon as the defensive ends crashed inside, Jalen Hurts is gone. He wasn't throwing. He was running.
Yep.
Because you want Jalen Hurts bodied up. This is why Tampa Bay is so successful against the Eagles. They always dominate them because they always keep contained and they blitz up the middle. They blitz up the middle and sack them and force them to throw interceptions. And they take everything away from them. Like then they started blitzing in the fourth quarter, and it was affecting them. Like, okay, you should have done this the whole game. But Lieberflus likes to rush 4, but you can't rush 4 when you traded away one guy. You have to, because the pressure is not going to, where's the pressure going to come from? Michael Parsons isn't there anymore.
Nope.
And they're not disciplined. They're not disciplined to where you break contain. Michael Parsons has speed that he can break contain and still tackle somebody for a loss.
It was noticeable. It was very noticeable. I thought your defense looked slow out there outside of the secondary. Like I said, I think the secondary did a phenomenal job. I think the linebackers and the linemen just couldn't, like you said, couldn't keep contained. Nobody looked like they were paying attention.
They were because they were in man coverage. So once the defensive ends broke,
oh, he's gone.
He was gone because the linebackers were in man coverage. So you're in man coverage, you can't do. You have to, your back's turned.
And that's where it's like I'll throw Eberflus under the bus here, where it's like he did that in the first half, and then he did it in the second half too.
He did the second half until the delay.
The delay.
After the delay, he started playing zone,
and it's just like you can't continue to let that happen. And it's eventually how you guys lost the game.
Yeah.
But outside of
even that third down, it's like you guys know he's gonna run. I'm like, I don't care if when you see 5 wide, every time 5 wide's out there for Philly, Jalen Hurts always runs.
Mm-hmm.
He very rarely throws the ball out of 5 wide. Whether it's a pass play or a design run, he's going to run. I'm like, and you not knowing that he's going to run is like, you have to be on that. But the only thing is if you're a fan of the Cowboys, you got to like what you see from a coaching standpoint. Bros. They were prepared.
Yes.
Under Mike McCarthy, they were prepared. They were using a lot of motions, and there was balance in the offense. They ran almost as much as they passed.
Yeah, I'll give Shoddy some credit there. Shoddy did a lot better than I thought he would have. I really thought this game was not going to be very close at all.
Because the thing is, if you can get Javonte Williams, this is year 2 from his ACL.
ACL, yep.
So if you can get what he was in Denver before the injuries happened, the ACL injury happened, then you hit one. But then Miles Sanders, I can't believe Miles Sanders got hawked down.
Miles Sanders stinks.
Miles Sanders is a fast motherfucker, and he got hawked down by Zach Bond. Not only got hawked down, Bond fucking went to punch the ball out twice, missed, and was still able to keep up and tackle his ass.
And then you have what? It was the Miles Sanders fumble in the red zone.
Yeah.
As well. Like, I swear to God, the Cowboys, you motherfuckers did everything possible to just not win the fucking game. And between the Miles Sanders fumble and all the CD drops, I was just like, what more is this team supposed to do besides just not win this game?
Yeah, that's what happens in this that's what happened in that playoff game too against the Packers when CD dropped the third down. And they're like, well, the motherfucker's he's gotta do it too. Like Dak gets a lot of shit when the team loses, but when it's not his fault, nobody wants to talk about
it. Chiefs Chargers over in Brazil. Chargers 27, Chiefs 21. We briefly talked about this in the chat and all that. This was, I think, to me, the single greatest Justin Herbert game I've ever seen. Granted, week 1, overreaction, yada, yada, yada. Can't take away how good he was. Can't take away how good he was.
Justin Herbert is the nerd darling. The nerds love Justin Herbert. A lot of like me, I think he's good, but but a lot of like the football people that are not nerds, they fucking hate Justin Herbert because he doesn't win games.
Winning's not a quarterback stat,
and I'll try to tell people that, but you know, they think it is. Like he also had like a slew of he's had fucking Staley as his coach, who was terrible. And then they get rid of Staley. Harbaugh comes in. Oh, look, Harbaugh comes in. And they win 10 games with the worst roster Harbaugh's ever going to have.
And Herbert's year last year really wasn't that good either, and he didn't look like comfortable either. Granted, again, first year, new offense, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, it was a run-heavy offense. He only threw like 3 interceptions. But yeah, he only also had like 20 touchdowns.
He looked like he just wasn't comfortable, and like he was just like he looked like he could have been in any interchangeable quarterback.
Well, the problem is with Greg Roman offenses is Greg Roman, he's run heavy, but he doesn't design pass plays that are in the 21st century.
Yep. So, if you looked at this game, you would say otherwise. You look at this game, you would say otherwise because
pass plays.
These motherfuckers were open. Herbert was making great throws. Johnson was catching the football.
Yeah, when Justin Herbert plays Kansas City, he's not afraid of Kansas City. He's always played Kansas City. He's always had his best games against Kansas City. He's throwing the ball.
It's like Keenan Allen turned back the clock a little bit. Johnson decided he was going to catch the football.
And
the way Herbert was fucking running. The way Herbert was running, he was running like aggressively. He wasn't running to just kind of go down. He was running to go and get more.
People don't know, like, Herbert is mobile too. So, like, when you break contain on Herbert, he can run.
He can take off. He just hasn't.
He likes to throw. He doesn't have to.
But he can, and he took full advantage of that in this game. He was fucking awesome. He had such a great game. And then you have, like, Pat the Chiefs, where Pat still looked fucking fantastic either way. My fantasy team took a shot because Xavier Worthy got murdered by his own teammate.
Yeah, Kelsey.
Travis Kelce gave him a concussion.
No, he separated his shoulder.
Oh, separated his shoulder. That's what it was. Yep.
Separated his shoulder.
Sorry, I was playing Magic while this game was going on, so I was watching with, like, no volume.
Yeah, but it was the shoulder. And the other receivers are just dropping everything.
Pat was doing that thing where he was throwing passes when he was parallel to the ground.
And like it's like another one is like he threw the deep pass to fucking Hollywood Brown. And I just don't understand how Hollywood Brown doesn't score. How does he not get tackled? He's one of the fastest guys in the league on that catch. And
I don't know. But Travis Kelce had himself a good game, wide open on that fucking touchdown pass that he caught. Kudos to him. I still think this is it. This is it for him.
He's got to figure it out because everybody's coming for them.
Everybody's coming from you. You still got what?
Not scared. They know the game plan is to rush forward and make you run around. Keep you in the pocket, rush forward, and throw to your crappy receivers.
Xavier Worthy, who knows when he's going to come back? Rashee Rice, you're 5 weeks old.
Dislocated. Rashee Rice on suspension.
You got fucking Juju and Hollywood Brown.
Travis
Not great.
Travis Kelce's gonna have to turn back the wheels, hand the time.
You gotta have to
Get off on his horse.
He's gonna have to run away from those washed allegations.
He had like a 30-yard catch in that game.
He did. I think that was his touchdown.
Yeah, that was.
All right, Steven, I would like to. I was thinking about this all day when I was doing laundry. I would like to have a weekly award with you that we can give out, and I think we could decide this week who the award is going to be named after. I would like to do the Barreto Boys Ass Player of the Week award. And we're going to start with this game right here for one of the candidates. Indianapolis Colts 33, Dolphins 8. Tua Tagovailoa stinks. He stinks.
Well, not only that, it's that. Listen, we said I've been saying the whole time last time we were on. I said this Dolphins team is bad. This Dolphins defense is bad, and Daniel Jones only beats bad teams. He never beats any good teams. And when you have this Dolphins team, this Dolphins defense was ass. Did you know that the Indianapolis Colts scored on every possession? It's the first time it's been done since like 1977.
I did not. Anthony,
on every possession.
The entire time this game's going on, Anthony's like, I was told this Colts team sucks. I'm just like, they do stink. The problem is with Daniel Jones is bad, right? He stinks, but he's not as bad or worse than the teams he is better than.
Throughout his career, when Daniel Jones teams have won games, it's always against teams that were worse than his team. And I can tell you that this Dolphins team
might be a top 3 pick team this year.
I said before we even played a game that this Dolphins team is going to be bad. Very bad. The defense is bad. Their offensive line is bad. Tua is bad. He threw 2 interceptions, fumbling.
Steven, we in 2025, we got Zach Wilson passes today.
Yeah.
He got Zach Wilson passes.
I also said we also come up with that their coach is probably going to be the first coach fired, and this is the game where the loser, whose coach probably going to be the first coach fired from this game.
McDaniel might as well not even get on the plane. You might as well not.
It doesn't get better for them.
It doesn't get better. Tyreek is throwing fits.
Tyreek is going to ask for a trade if he
has cat food brain. Tua does this thing when Tua turns over the ball once, it's a snowball effect. It gets worse and worse and worse. So,
that offensive line,
horrendous.
Dolphins is terrible.
Horrendous. But
how you put up a terrible offensive line against an injury-prone quarterback back there? I don't know if he makes it to week 5.
He might not, but I don't think anybody.
Neither will his coach. I don't think his coach will.
His coach. Oh no, week 5. No. When do the Jets play the Dolphins?
Oh, wonder who the Dolphins got next. That's
the Patriots.
Oh, there you go. That might be.
Oh, they got 3 straight division games. That's terrible. That's terrible. If they lose these 3 games, he's fired.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't make it.
If the Jets beat the Dolphins,
McDaniel doesn't make it. McDaniel doesn't make it to Charlotte.
If they lose to the Jets, it's over. McDaniel's
if he
fired.
loses to the Jets, it's over. He is fired.
All right. So before we start talking about this game, Tua is one of the nominees for Ass Player of the Week. Winner of Ass Player of the Week gets the award named after him. So it's no longer, it won't be the Barreto Boys Live Ass Player of the Week. That's just the inaugural name for now until we get a winner, and then it'll be the blank player Ass Player of the Week. So, Jets Steelers. Steelers 34, Jets 32. I have a lot to say. Aaron Rodgers did this all last year, where I think he tricked everybody again into thinking he was back because the Jets defense is fucking horrendous. Because every touchdown that offense scored were wide open players covered by Brandon Stevens, Andre Sisco, or Tony Adams. All of them stink. Horrendous. Brandon Stevens all game was tripping over himself, dropped 2 interceptions, and looked like he did not belong on a football field at
2
all.
interceptions, he got at those. He threw right to him.
Right to him. And that last one in the fourth quarter, if he didn't trip over his own 2 feet, the game's over. There was no reason for him to be on the ground.
Well,
no reason for him to be on the ground.
I like what Aaron Glenn has done with the Jets. We're going to be physical, and we're going to come out and be physical on offense. We're going to be physical. You guys had like 200 yards rushing on Pittsburgh's defense?
Yeah, I was very, very surprised at how effective we were running the football. This is the first time since 2012 the Jets scored 19 points and a half in the first half. First time since 1991 the Jets didn't punt in the first half. This is the first time in a very long time, I think in my son's life, that the Jets have what seems to be a competent offense. And as big of a Justin Fields skeptical person that I am, I'm still a non-believer. I feel better, though, seeing it put together. Do I need to see it more consistently? Yes. Did he look like he belonged today? Yes. Did Breece Hall look like he probably is going to get a contract extension at the end of this year if he keeps this up? Yes, because I would pay him that Dalvin Cook contract right now for 12 million a year. It's not like we don't have the money. I think Garrett is worth every bit of money that you give him. That play at the end of the game really sucks. Really sucks. But that's a bang play. That's a tough play. That shit happens.
You gotta get a second receiver. It's gotta be a second receiver.
We need to get somebody in there immediately.
There's somebody on the street. Who's free agent that's available? There's somebody that said all you need is an average receiver.
The biggest atrocity the Jets have done this offseason, not bringing a wide receiver to help Fields. And not bring in a cornerback to help the other side of the defense. Because DK caught one pass on Sauce Gardner today. And the one pass was tipped by 4 people and fell in DK's stomach while he was on the ground. You need to get somebody else on the other side. DJ Reed isn't here anymore. We can't have the comfort of knowing that we have a really good, number 2 corner across from Sauce anymore. You could get away with having dog shit safeties if both of your corners are doing their job. You have a really good nickel corner, Michael Carter, but I think it's asking a lot to have him be your outside corner and base and then back into the slot for nickel. I think it's a lot. The D line is as advertised. Will McDonald's awesome. Quinn Williams is awesome. Harrison Phillips and the guys that they brought in a couple weeks ago to stop the run work. Who would have thought getting somebody else next to Quinn Williams that's good and not just taking flyers on guys and trying to find another UDFA would work? I don't understand how over 4 years, Quinn Williams has been 5-6 years in the NFL. how he's never played next to a competent defensive tackle until right now. Until right fucking now. Jermaine Johnson coming off of Achilles looks like he hasn't missed a fucking step, which is incredible. You have to figure it out.
The back end's going to be a problem.
It can't just be Sauce and everybody else. It can't. If that's what it's going to be, we are going to give up 30 points a game.
Well, to be fair, if it wasn't for that fucking that fumble on kickoff return, who Aaron Glenn,
I don't know how Xavier Gibson even made the team.
Who Aaron Glenn is already like, that's going to stop.
Yeah.
So he's probably not going to be returning.
He should have. The only reason he was even on the team is because Saleh liked him. That was the only reason he was on the team, because he's not good at anything else, and he had problems catching punts like last year too. I was pretty sure it was going to be Isaiah Davis and Arian Smith as our returners this year. Like, I thought that was going to be the two guys, because Arian Smith can't catch yet, so we can't make him wide receiver 2 yet. He probably can't even see the field. But as a return man, fine. The same thing was Isaiah Davis, third string running back, gets in from time to time. Like, go ahead, man. Like, let those guys rock. But Xavier Gibson shouldn't be on this team. And then he's the reason we lose, or one of the reasons we lose, outside of the defense giving up fucking 34 points. The Jets scoring 30. If the Jets score 32, they should win. Done. It's full stop. If the Jets score 32, they should win. Your
special teams is fucking Nick Choke. Nick Choke missing that extra point, but y'all got the penalty on it, and then y'all going for 2 instead of retrying.
Let me tell you,
if Nick Choke doesn't miss the extra point, you guys probably don't go for it.
I'm very mad. So I'm very, very happy with how the offense looked today. I think Tanner Engstrand did God's work. He did absolute God's work to change the offense against a really good Steelers defense, to put up as many yards and points as he did in 6 months as the Jets offensive coordinator, to erase the 5 years of nonsense that we have had at the position at quarterback, to make Justin Fields look better than I think he really has ever looked, is God's work. Absolute God's work. If Justin Fields could play the way he did today all year, sign him to another 4 years.
I think the Jets are the second best team in the AFC East.
After today, I don't think that's far-fetched. I don't think that's far-fetched.
The Dolphins are up battling for that first
mid-game. I sent the message to the pod group chat, and I said, hey, remember when I said I don't know if the Jets beat the Dolphins? Scratch that. We're dog walking those motherfuckers. Like, if we can establish the run, we will be fine. They need to go get another receiver. They need to go get another second corner, because I will have a stroke if that's how my season's going to go. Like, granted, Aaron Glenn just doesn't coach good defenses. It continues. But, like, we can't have this. You can't have the defensive mind of Steve Wilkes, the talent up front, the good corner, and give up 34 points a game. That's not happening. But for the first time in a long time, I look at a loss, and I'm just like, there's something here. Aaron Glenn made his NFL debut 31 years ago with the New York Jets, makes his NFL debut as a head coach of the New York Jets, and he's immediately holding players accountable. I loved a lot of the stuff they did in the offseason. It makes me proud to have this, to represent this for the first time in a very long time. So if they could tally some wins together and make me feel good going into next season, because I still don't think this is the season, that Aaron Glenn jersey coming home. I'm not buying no Justin Fields jersey, but an Aaron Glenn jersey I could buy into, and I could fuck with that. But shout out to Justin Fields. I've shit on him far too much to not be able
As
to
a Justin Fields believer, always
not
have
give him his
been.
flowers.
Because listen, Chicago gave up on him because of bullshit. But it's also every year he's been in the league, he's had a new offensive coordinator.
I truly did not expect this. Like when Anthony asked me like a month ago, he goes, "What do you expect Fields to do? Or what would make you happy? What's a happy stat line for you with Fields?" I said, if Fields can throw for over 50%, throw for over 200 yards, have a touchdown, and run for like 50, I would be totally okay with the outcome. I am totally okay with this outcome. 16 for 22, 218, a touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns, 48 rushing yards. When I tell you they had TJ Watt and Highsmith in hell on the read option, I wouldn't, if somebody told me that was going to happen, I would laugh at your face. I would laugh at you. Like, what do you mean TJ Watt is getting killed by a read option? So much so where TJ Watt said, "Fuck it, I'm hitting Justin Fields no matter what."
Oh God,
murdered him. But I can't be too mad at the offense for the first time in almost a decade. I think this is a good, not a good loss, but I'm not a silver linings person, but there is a silver lining here. I don't like that we have to play the Bills, but seeing Baltimore establish the run and seeing us establish a run against a very good defense too.
You just gotta be physical with the Bills. They don't want to deal with that shit. They do not want to see the running backs.
I feel like we could be that team that fucks around, play out physicals you. We may not be able to out talent you,
run zone read against,
but impose our will, and we could be in some games.
You run zone read with Lamar Jackson. You could do the same shit with fucking Justin Fields. And the Bills were confused on what the fuck.
If this is what I can get out of Fields, again, if this is what I get every week, sign him. Sign him for 4 or 5 years, however long, lock him in. But you have to do better by him, because it shouldn't be Garrett. Granted, you have to force feed the ball to Garrett, and I think he did a good job of getting Garrett this to the ball in great spots. The next closest person can't have 2 receptions. It can't be Breece Hall. As much as I love Breece in the passing game, it can't be him, and it can't be Tyler Johnson, who literally was put on the practice squad, put on the practice squad, and then signed so we could put fucking Alan Lazard at the bottom of the depth chart because he's not going to be on the team in 3 weeks. That can't happen. Got to do better by him. If we're going to be the team that saves the career, you got to do better by him, which is going to be the theme of another game when we get there. Panthers, Jaguars. The Panthers suck.
The defense is bad, and then they had like two half times.
Two half times.
They had a big rain delay.
The problem is Bryce Young made such great strides like last year after getting benched and losing his job, and it just seems like it all just went away in this game. I didn't get a chance to watch much of this game, but like I was paying attention to the stat wise, and I was like, man, this fucking
Bryce just made but it's not even that. It's like Xavier Legette, like not getting the Panthers weren't helping their quarterback out either, because Ted McMillan was only trying to catch the ball. Every ball he tried to catch was with one hand instead of 2 hands, because he had a touchdown if he catches the ball with 2 hands. Xavier Legette not keep having the peace of mind that I need to get 2 feet down. It was fucking with him. It's like, it's either if they can't get Chuba going, the offense can't move, because they have a bunch of young. Now all the receivers are like, because they traded Thielen away. They have no fucking they have no veteran. There's nothing but young guys, and the young guys are stupid.
I think the Jaguars are not the team you want to look bad against.
The Jaguars, I'm telling you, the sneaky, they could come and sneak around and win this AFC South, because I like what Duval was doing with Travis Etienne.
What a game. What a game for Etienne. Which is, I don't understand how these last two coaches don't know how to use him. This is the modern NFL.
Was also coming off injury, and they're loaded at running back, trying to get all of this. They said Tank Bigsby's good, and he barely got any touches. And they Travis Hunter got a haircut.
I hate him. Somebody said he looks like the annoying orange now, and I can't unsee it.
He mainly played I think he only played like 4 snaps on defense.
He played 16 snaps on defense. It was like 13%.
Because at one point it was only like 2 and like.
He played like 13% of the defensive snaps.
They're trying to get him.
I didn't think he was going to play a ton on defense. Anyway, like, yeah, I'm sure he'll get his snaps or whatever.
Cohen said next week could be different. He could play more defense next week. It depends on the team they're playing. Yeah, I was like, we're not really going to waste someone to carry on defense to carry fucking Carolina receivers.
Shout out to the Jaguars. But again, the Jaguars defense isn't very good. So, like, they have talented players, but it's not very good. So if you're going to look like shit against
defense, they got some guys that signed for free agency.
If you're going to look shitty against the defense, you don't want to look shitty against the fucking Jaguars defense. Bryce Young, also candidate for ass player of the week. He was fucking terrible. Cardinals Saints. Cardinals 20, Saints 13. I can't believe this game was this close.
I can. You know why? Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray
didn't play terrible.
He didn't play terrible, but he played how he keeps teams in fucking games. Like, this should have been a blowout. The Saints had no reason to fucking be in this game.
None. I was very sure. At one point, the Saints were leading, and I was just like,
what is going on? I'm like,
why?
The Cardinals aren't that bad. Like,
and the Saints aren't good enough to compete in this game. If the Cardinals like really played to the potential of this team, they should have dog walked them.
They have they have Marvin Harrison Jr. and they have fucking Trey McBride. Like, what are we doing here? Get them the ball.
And run the football. By the way, you have good running backs.
Run the ball. You have good running backs. Trey Benson is going to get more of a load this year, so they can save Connor for later.
James Conner. Shout out to me, by the way. Right? Let's give me a quick shout out. I'm the fucking hottest gambler alive right now, Steven. I hit on all of my anytime touchdown score parlays today. I had to cash out early on one because once Josh Jacobs scored, the other one I had was Jahmyr Gibbs. I said, I'm cashing out. They're not doing shit. And I sweated that one out for a little bit. But when Justin Fields got his first touchdown, I was jumping up and down. I was like, oh my God, that was the hardest one. That's the hardest one. And that shit happened. So shout out to me. And my Derrick Henry 2-time touchdown scorer. Derrick Henry, Josh Allen, anytime touchdown scorer. If Aaron Jones scores a touchdown tomorrow, I'm going to fucking faint. Because then I'll just be like, oh my God, I'm hot. Don't touch me. You might burn yourself. Cardinals 20 Saints 30. There's nothing else to fucking talk about here. Do you think at any point we see fucking Shuck play for the Saints?
Not yet.
He sucks ass.
Not yet.
Because I don't think Rattler wasn't bad. He just had to fucking throw a billion
Rattler wasn't
times.
bad. He didn't throw a million times. They don't fucking run the ball enough. It was a close game. It was like Camara,
but because they don't really have a clear answer at quarterback, any
like who's going to trade for Olave?
I mean, the Jets are literally just Ohio State and friends because our right guard is at Ohio State. Fucking Jeremy Ruckert sucks, but all of a sudden he gets to play over Mason Taylor, who's the better tight end.
Camara and Olave, you should be trying to get offers.
The problem with Olave is if the Jets trade for Olave, they have to pay Olave, and I don't know how much money he's going to ask for because he's not worth like a great contract like Garrett got, but he's worth money. But again, if this is the Fields thing, you get him all his friends because apparently, remember, Jeremy Ruckert sucks at tight end, but apparently he remembered how to play tight end today because he was the tight end at Ohio State with fucking Justin Fields and Gary Wilson. So what? Might as well go get his other fucking friend to go play with him. Go get him. 4th round pick. Take him. Take Alan Lazard off my fucking. Get that fucking piece of shit off my team. Speaking of pieces of shit, Commanders 21, Giants 6. Daboll's already not committing.
This just in, the Giants still suck.
Breaking news, everyone.
They still suck. It don't matter who you got at quarterback, they still suck. This is my thing. Instead of making Jackson Dart the second, they should have made him the third. Make Jameis the second.
Jameis.
There's a problem with Jameis. Russell Wilson does not want to he does not want to run anymore. He doesn't want to run anymore. He doesn't throw the ball downfield. He's going to check down unless the guy is beat from the beginning. He's going to check it down. If it's a long developing route, he's not going to give it a chance to develop. He's going to check down. Russell Wilson has been bad for like 6 years now.
He's the reason they lost this game. He's really the reason they lost this game.
Neighbors is about to punch Daboll. I would go Jameis. I would go Jameis. I'll bench Russell Wilson right now.
I would go Jameis too.
I will go Jameis because listen, don't put Jackson Dart in the fire.
Not in this.
Play Jackson Dart.
Not yet.
Play Jackson Dart when the season's over, and something to look forward to. Because the one thing about Jameis does, he throws the ball down the field. Malik Neighbors is going to get yards, but he also throws the ball down the field to the other team. But the offense will move with Jameis.
Jameis is an exciting player to have. I can never have him on my team. I can never root for him on my team just because of the roller coaster that is Jameis Winston.
Like Jerry Jeudy got all his yards last year
from Jameis.
No other quarterback was working with Jerry Jeudy. Jameis, because Jameis throws the ball down the field.
Giants fans just want Dart right now.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If he starts to struggle, then you
can't go back.
You can't bench him.
The problem is, I think Giant fans
you can always bench Jameis. But it's a roller coaster. You can always bench Jameis. You're gonna play Dart at the end of the year regardless. But do you want to throw him in the fire and make him look bad?
The problem is
your offensive line stinks.
The Giants saw him in the preseason, and I think the Giants did a great job of hiding some of his inadequacies because of the themes in which he played every week, right? He never played a starting defense, or a second string defense for that matter. He really only played against backups and guys who are going to be working at Amazon. And then if you go into the first preseason game he played, he really only threw screens. And then if you go against his preseason game against the Jets, he really only ran hurry up against the Jet backups and just threw to these random tight ends. I didn't watch much of the third game, but I know he left because of a concussion or a potential concussion. I don't know if you could I know he has everything that you could want in a quarterback when it comes to the attitude, the fucking swagger, the arm. He's mobile. He's got a lot of Josh Allen in him, and I think that's what everybody's looking for. He's got a lot of Josh Allen in him, but people don't want to remember Josh Allen's first year in the NFL, where he was just wild and just unpredictable.
Yeah, but But then you put him behind this offensive line,
and you're gonna ruin them.
You're gonna ruin them.
Let's pump the brakes on the Jackson Dart, and that's not me.
Jameis is gonna throw the ball down the field. You put Jackson Dart in there, okay? He's gonna when he starts.
Jameis is gonna fuck around and win you games.
Yeah,
he's also gonna fuck around and lose you games, but you're kind of not expecting to lose games.
Your offense is gonna move though.
Your offense is gonna move. He's gonna be hilarious. He's gonna be endearing to the media. I think if anybody can handle it, it's him. So, like, you might as well just go, Jameis. Keep Dart in your back pocket.
Nick, all the receivers that if you want to throw the ball down the field, Jameis is going to throw the ball down the field. He's going to throw.
Russ is going to hesitate too much continuously,
and Russ doesn't want to run.
Russ can't
really
run
doesn't want to run.
It's not even don't want to. He can't. He's washed.
He can't run, but he does not want to. Russ is done.
He's done. He's cooked. The Commanders, I don't know.
The Steelers should have went back to Fields last year. The whole time we were saying it last year, I'm like, why don't they go back to Fields? Because Russ is done. Russ is done.
The problem is, I did this. I went and I looked at Fields' first 7 games he played, 6 games he played, versus the next 6 that were played. Russ completely outperformed him. Completely outperformed him in each game until the last regular season game and playoffs. Numbers wise, he played the quarterback position significantly better than Fields.
He also got to play worse teams.
The 6 teams that he played were about as good as the teams that Fields played.
Russell Wilson got to play that Bengals defense.
So Fields played. I forgot who Fields played. He had a great game against some shitty team.
Dallas. He only played 4 games.
He played. No, he played 6. Yeah, Justin Fields played 5 or 6 games last year. Riveting, I know, with the silence. But yeah, he started 6 games last year. As I'm looking at it right now. He went 4-2. Oh yeah, he played that fucking dog shit Raider defense. That's the game he really had. Fields had a great game against the fucking Raiders. But he also had a really good game against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
That was his last start.
No, his last start was the Raiders. And the Chargers. He had a fantastic game against the Chargers. Really good game against the Chargers. But when the other games, when you look at the next ones, when you look at the Jets, Giants, Commies, Baltimore, he just fucking balled. That's why I don't think they went back to him. Because they thought it was just going to be constant. They wanted a quarterback. They didn't want the modern, more mobile quarterback. And I don't think Arthur Smith knew how to run that offense. And that goes back. We could go back to week 1 last year. It was Steelers, Atlanta, when we both were he didn't throw the ball at the middle of the field at all last year in his first game. And then the next game, he did. And we started to think, it was is he really figuring it out? Or is this Arthur Smith being smart, attacking these things? And it just turns out that's just the offense they were running. It wasn't any rhyme or reason to it. And didn't want Fields really running on his own. So I don't know, man. All I know is I'm worried about this Commanders team a little bit. I know you said it.
I said that they're going to regress.
I'm with you. I think they're going to regress too.
I'm not saying they're going to regress and go to. I said they could have regressed and be 9 wins.
Yeah. Not worse, but I don't.
Because they took it. They got lucky in a couple games, 1-score games. The Hail Mary.
They got hot.
They
got hot and played some bad teams.
Well, 12. Do I have to go through the list of quarterbacks?
No, they got hot and played some bad teams. So
they played 12 bad teams.
And it was when they played him. They played them all in the back half too.
They played 12 bad quarterbacks.
The Commanders' defense is old.
Yeah.
Old, right? They still worry me. I'm sure they will pick it up as the old fellas on the Commanders' defense. They will pick it up and stretch out and be good and be fine. They're gonna be fine. The Commanders got to figure out their passing offense, because it can't just keep being just Debo and go.
That's what happens with the Cliff Kingsbury offenses.
They got to figure out the pass offense a little better than that. Because, yeah, I know the Giants have a good pass rush, but their DBs stink.
Yeah,
you got to scheme against
pass
that.
rush, but the rest of their defense is ass.
Horrendous. The problem is their defensive line is really fucking good.
Yeah, the D line, you got Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, and Abdul Carter.
The rest Kayvon Thibodeau's just kind of there, just like picking the bones.
I didn't name Thibodeau for a reason.
He stinks.
I said Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, and fucking Abdul Carter. The rest of the defense is ass.
The thing with Thibodeau,
the problem is you got 3 good guys. They're all in the line.
Thibodeau is gonna end up having a solid season this year, and the Giants are probably gonna overpay him. And it's because I don't know if you know this. I think Abdul Carter is a Hall of Famer. Like, he's a Hall of Fame level player to me. Like, I think he's great.
I think he's great.
I think he's a gold jacket player just waiting for his career. Thibodeau's not. Thibodeau is a lot of mouth and not a lot of production. But he's going to end up eating because of Burns and Carter. They need to trade his ass. I think they're going to do that thing they did with Justin Tuck, Osi Umenyiora, and Jason Pierre-Paul. Where they ran all 3 of them, and it worked. And then they had to get rid of Osi Umenyiora when the time came to keep Jason Pierre-Paul.
But they had a good defense.
Correct. Well, but that was also the back half of that. So, like, Antonio Pearson, those guys were already gone at that point. Yeah. Dominic Rivers-Cromartie fucking stinks. But, like, they had it was the back half of that. But that's kind of, I think, the same mold they're going for, is to try to find ways to use Abdul Carter as the Jason Pierre-Paul in the situation, where I think Abdul Carter is significantly more than that. Where he could literally just be everything. He's a fucking weapon. He's going to be a problem. He's going to make these corners look better than they are because of how good the edge rushing is. And people need to remember, Banks stinks.
Yeah, and Banks stinks. They can't stop the run either. So they should have fucking Washington should have just.
Washington probably should have lost this game.
No, Washington. It should have been a blowout. They could have lost the game, but Russ is.
If Russ was just a good quarterback, Washington loses that game.
10 years ago, Russ the Giants were like game where Russell was.
Russ is also on my ballot for Ass Player of the Week. Tampa Bay 23, Falcons 20. We talked so much about that Giant game. I had no business. Emeka Ibuka is awesome. Fucking awesome. Just want to point that out. Michael Penix Jr. is also awesome. Bijan Robinson's also awesome.
Yeah, Bijan. The Bucs do what they always do. They shut down the run. Like Bijan didn't do jack shit running, but receiving, he had that one reception and he was gone. I'm like,
gone. Like,
no, you're not gonna run. You're not gonna run on the Bucs. The one thing Todd Bowles is his defense is you do not run on them. That's why they always fucking like. That's the one team like Philly has no problem like the rest of the NFC teams. But
except for them.
When it comes to Tampa Bay, they have a problem. They're the only ones that successfully stop the tush push. They stop the run. They make Jalen Hurts throw and keep him in the pocket and keep him from running to his right. They always beat him.
These two are going to be so good. Oh, here's Mike.
And like
Giants defense played well. Giants defense did play well.
They're raising hell.
Baker Mayfield's good. Baker Mayfield has become Kirk Cousins. We've talked about this a lot last year.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield is
Russ
is the new line on or above Russ.
And it's a good, but I think the line has
you know what I'm saying? Let
naturally
Russ cook. He's
progressed a
cooked.
little more. The line has
cooked.
progressed a little more. So like where I think the Kirk Cousins peak of mid, I think Baker might be better than that Kirk Cousins peak of mid. So I think the line has gone up.
Well, this Baker led the league in touchdown passes last year and interceptions. So
I think the line has moved a little bit. In fairness, and I base this completely
when the Baker is baking, he can bake, but he can also burn some stuff up too.
I'm basing that Mendoza line kind of going up more solely off of how he stiff armed Nick Bosa and still threw that pass like twice in that game last year. And then going in and winning this fucking game today.
Baker runs, and then he doesn't fucking. He's not sliding. He's trying to truck somebody over. He's trying to find a DB and run over the
DB. Baker's my favorite thing about Baker is Baker has just the balls to go and just fuck around and do something the way that like Brett Favre used to have to, where he'd be like, "Fuck you, I'm doing it." Right. So that's something I can respect out of Baker. I think these two teams are going to be fun to watch all year. Emeka Ibuka is going to completely replace Chris Godwin.
Yeah, Ibuka was shining, especially at the end as a rookie. So the Falcons put up a fight, but they just Younghoe Koo missing that field goal, and the Bucks gave him a chance too. They missed the extra point. And Younghoe Koo missed the field goal.
Michael Penix is good too. We like Michael Penix, and Kyle Pitts actually like did stuff.
Kyle Pitts only does stuff against Tampa. Against the rest of the league, he's ass. But against Tampa, he always shows out. They showed this stat in the game. It's like Kyle Pitts versus Tampa and Kyle Pitts versus the rest of the league. He like averages this against Tampa, and then he averages like 20 yards against the rest of the NFL.
You know what stat I saw about Kyle Pitts? Every year, Kyle Pitts scores one more touchdown than he did the year before. So his rookie year, he caught one. His second year,
his rookie year was his best. His rookie year was his best year because he had 1,000 yards as a fucking rookie tight end. But Matt Ryan was throwing him the ball, and Matt Ryan did this with Julio too. He wouldn't throw Julio in the red zone touchdowns. Julio was always at the bottom, and unless the only way Julio got a touchdown if it was a bomb, and he took it straight to the house. But when they got in the red zone, Matt Ryan would not throw to his big targets in the red zone.
If Kyle Pitts stays on like the track he's on right now, the back half of his career is going to be Hall of Fame because 10 touchdowns and going on. If the guy has a 20-year career, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
The problem is he doesn't play Tampa every game.
No, nope.
It's for some reason he kills Tampa. He always kills Tampa. Remember, they got swept by Atlanta last year. And Kyle Pitts is the main reason.
Bengals Browns. I didn't watch a lot of this game.
Let me tell you that the Bengals defense and special teams won them this game. Joe Burrow didn't do jack shit in the second half. You know the Bengals' total offense in the second half was 7 yards.
I heard Myles Garrett had himself a fucking performance today.
You haven't seen the hit of Myles Garrett?
I did see the hit. I did see the hit.
We have Cincinnati still has a bad offensive line.
They always will.
Probably going to die. They always will. So there's a 3-way tie for worst offensive line.
They say fuck it, Joe Burrow
and another team. We haven't reached yet, but
they said fuck it, Joe Burrow's awesome regardless. So why upgrade the line?
Cleveland's kicker missed the extra point and then he missed the field goal. Cleveland should have won this game.
Would have been devastating for every fucking parlay I was in today.
All Joe Burrow, all the offense from Cincinnati came in the first half. Second half, they were locked the fuck down. 7 yards in the second half. Total offense. 7 yards.
Shout out Joe Flacco, man. 31, 45, 290, a touchdown, and fucking 2 interceptions. Not great,
Yeah,
but
I was
hey,
gonna say the Bengals defense. We never thought we would be saying that. The defense, and special teams, won them the game. Their offense was the one sucking the dick today, and the defense is the one that defensive special teams won them the game.
Raiders, Patriots. I didn't watch much of this, but if you ask Anthony, the Raiders are the best team in football.
What we're gonna learn, hopefully the Patriots are worse than what we think.
Yeah, I came to terms with that today after watching this. I gave them a little bit too much credit based on the offseason that they had. And I forgot that Drake May stinks. And I remember today that Drake May stinks.
Travion Henderson needs to get the ball more.
He's awesome. I don't understand why we're splitting time here, Vrabel.
No, we've seen enough from Ramondre. What Ramondre's done, you can't play him. Henderson needs to be the bell cow. He's going to fucking run away. Ramondre's going to fumble the ball.
Anthony said, Drake May doesn't stink. We just made him look bad. And then I responded, then I said, that's bad. That's bad. Because you guys think. He goes, I thought we stunk too.
Yeah.
And then we did this.
Because you can't even name somebody on the defense besides Max Crosby. We're having people we have people tell me Jamal Adams is on this team.
Yeah.
Jamal Adams? We don't know who the fuck's on this defense.
And again, the two teams
Anthony's worse than y'all.
The two teams that Anthony is big upping a lot today are the Colts and the Raiders, and both of them played teams that fucking suck. I don't know what to tell you. The Patriots defense without Christian Gonzalez stinks. You can't play Ramondre Stevenson anymore. Travion Henderson's awesome. Drake May stinks. The wide receiver room here in New England's fucking dog shit too. Keyshawn Booty, whatever the fuck it is, he's pretty good. But everybody else here kind of sucks.
Stephon Diggs. Where's Stephon Diggs?
Brock Bowers, I think, might have injured his knee, MCL sprain.
They don't know. Say it's a sprain. They don't think it's an ACL. Let me tell you something. If Brock Bowers is out, that's it. It's a wrap.
It's over. It's just Jacoby Myers and everybody else because, believe it or not, it really was that anyway. Outside of Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, and nobody else. Outside of that touchdown, Ashton Jeanty got shut the fuck down.
Yeah.
And
was the Patriots
to be expected.
Did Stephon Diggs play?
Yes, he did. He has 5 catches. 6 catches, 57 yards.
He's washed, dude.
Washed. But
He's
Anthony.
Washed. Ever since Buffalo.
Is this Barry Sanders, Anthony? It's not. I'm surprised Pete Carroll didn't run the ball more. I think it was going into halftime, they only ran the ball 5 times.
He stopped running the ball because dude was averaging 2 yards a carry.
Well, no, Steven, he only had 5 carries going into halftime.
Well, he wanted to take advantage. Pete Carroll wanted to take advantage of the Gonzalez not being there.
Yeah, and then Gino threw a pick. Shout out to Vegas. I'll appreciate anybody who beats the fuck out of the Patriots, so go right ahead, sir. We fucking hate the Patriots over here. Yeah, Steven, football's all the way back. Niners 17, Seahawks 13. Sam Darnold will never not just be a Jet. Right? Some of the shit that happens to Sam Darnold really is only because he was a Jet. And it's fucking cursed franchise doing cursed franchise things. Brock Purdy stinks too, but the fact that we have the fumbles and shit that happened to Sam Darnold happen.
There's no way. I like these fumbles only happen to Sam Darnold.
And the only reason they happened to Sam Darnold is because he was a Jet. It's just cursed shit.
And then it was the Seattle secondary was undercutting interceptions or just totally not playing the ball all the way and letting the third string, the second string tight end for San Francisco, because Kittle got knocked out of the game.
Oh, almost
That's
immediately.
3 touchdowns.
Brock Purdy sucks. I see what High Five does, right? Because we've been talking shit about Brock Purdy for fucking years. For years. And we said, you take away all these elite things that he has, the abundance of riches that this man has, he's just Jimmy Garoppolo. And he just continues to prove
he's
and
just
prove
a
the
better
point
Jimmy Garoppolo.
that he's literally
all
just
weapons. He has all these weapons. Let's see him do it without the weapons. And guess what happened last year? He didn't have the weapons. How many wins did they get?
He looks like shit.
5,
And even
wins.
this game, he made some stupid fucking throws that he was overthrowing players, just making stupid decisions. Like, I don't understand.
He should have had 4 interceptions.
I don't understand it. Shanahan can't keep protecting these guys.
He can't.
And we got to the point where he had to start letting guys go.
Got Moody, the kicker. Well, I don't know how Shanahan. This kicker's been on this team for the 3rd year now, and I know Shanahan hates him, but he misses a field goal. Then he comes out and they try field goal again. It gets blocked. Shanahan's done with that kicker. Like if they were coming down to a field goal, that's why they kept going for it. I'm like, Shanahan's done with that kicker. They asked him, "We'll see if Moody's on there next week."
Shout out to Jackson Smith and Jigba. He had himself a game. I want to point out, Mike, since you're here in the chat, I don't want to ever hear you say that Calvin Ridley's better than Jackson Smith and Jigba ever again. Because I already broke down all the drop shit he had last year, and then Jigba having just as much targets and more catches and yards and all of it. He's wide receiver 1 now. We'll get to the fucking Titans game. But shout out to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Dog. Fucking dog. Cooper Kupp, old. Fucking old. Gotta figure out a better way to get these guys around. And run the ball fucking more. This is a fucking Gary Kubiak offense. A fucking Clint Kubiak's our offensive coordinator. Run the fucking football. Run the fucking football.
And McDonald, a former Ravens defense coordinator, blow the lead. Lone lead.
This game was not fun to watch. Titans Broncos.
All right, Mike. If you should be raving mad at this. The best thing for the Titans gonna have to fire their coaching staff, and they want this thing. The best quarterback on the field was Cam Ward
by a mile.
Bo Nix is a candidate for Ass Player
of the Week.
I've never been a Bo Nix guy because I've seen it in college. Just over how many completions he has? 25 completions.
25 for 40.
176 yards on 25 completions.
Yep.
The only thing that makes Bo Nix look good is that goddamn Denver defense. Because the Tennessee Titans, Mike, should have won this fucking game.
The Broncos tried to give them this game 6 times.
The Tennessee Titans coaching staff fucked this game up.
I don't even think it was just them. We keep going, but I don't think it's just them.
Before halftime, the Broncos punt the ball, and they're inside their own 10-yard line. Instead of running the ball, letting the time go out, they fucking 3 pass plays. Last 2 of those pass plays, he gets sacked. He gets sacked on the 1-yard line. Denver calls timeouts. So we get the punt. That's where they get the first touchdown because of the poor field position. Instead of running the clock out, going to halftime, now you're down. They score. They get a freebie touchdown on some bullshit because they fucking didn't want to run the clock out with 30 seconds left inside their own 10-yard line. Then when it was 13-12 or 13-12 and they got that the turnover, and instead of running the ball to get the field goal on 3rd down after he just took a sack, instead of running the ball right there to keep the field goal in the game, which would have changed the game, they called another fucking pass play and he gets sacked. They blitz the whole house. and knocks him out of field goal range. You would have won that game. And not to mention Calvin Ridley dropping, all the fucking receivers dropping shit.
I think
Cam Ward was doing everything in his power to fucking win this game against that damn Denver defense. And Bo Nix was ass. And the coaching staff and his receivers failed him.
I think everybody failed Cam Ward today. Cam Ward is everything that was expected of him and more. I think he, as advertised, he's got that dog in him. He looked at this Denver defense and said, I don't give a fuck how good you're supposed to be. Like, the Titans got one, right? I really think they got one. Horrendous clock management. Yes, Mike. Coordinator, presenting head coach. No, your head coach is a Joe Burrow merchant. He got that job because of Joe Burrow and what they did over there in Cincinnati with the lack of offensive line and shit that they got. That's probably why they think it's okay to not have an offensive line. This Titans team as a whole,
offensive line or run the ball is
the Titans defense. The last couple possessions that they were on defense, where Jeffrey Simmons shoves homeboy after the fucking whistle. Whether it's a weak penalty or not, you can't do that. Like, you're actively trying to sabotage.
And he's a veteran. He should know better.
He's one of the 5 best players at his position. He shouldn't do that. Like, he shouldn't be a part of that at all. You're supposed to be helping out your quarterback. Keeping him off the field doesn't help him. Every wide receiver on this Titans team can get cut. Every single one of them. The wide receivers that Cam Ward had in Miami last year were better than everybody who played wide receiver.
And they had him on this,
and they cut him.
And they cut him.
And they cut him. Like, I don't understand. Tony Pollard stinks. The Titans shouldn't have lost this game, but they also didn't deserve to win this game.
Yeah,
because of
the bad coaching, and none of it was on the quarterback, who's a rookie quarterback, who's playing against this Denver defense. We all think is going to be a top 2 defense in the league, and he wasn't the reason they lost the game. He was actually the light in this game was him, the way he played against his defense, and his receivers failing him.
The team, everybody failed him. Everybody fucking failed him today. I hope, like, Mike, fuck you. Like, right? That it's just it's simple. Fuck you and the teams you root for. I hope everything bad happens to your teams. But in the most serious way, I hope the Titans can protect him, because you could very much so have an Andrew Luck situation where they just, not saying he's going to retire, but like they'll just throw this away. To throw this whole everything, you have to throw Cam Ward in the trash because you didn't do anything to protect him properly.
And Bo Nix did everything Tua did today. The only difference is he's got a fucking defense.
The defense did enough to win until the dumb shit happened at the end of the game with Simmons. Then it's just like, you don't deserve this. Granted, again, Steven's not a big Bo Nix guy. I really wasn't that big a Bo Nix guy. This was kind of the Bo Nix I thought we were going to get more of last year.
Should not be. Everybody's picking Denver to win this division, or up there to win this division. Not a Bo Nix playing like this. You're supposed to be singing Ascent in him. And there was no ascension.
This was like, a bad game.
They're playing. I don't give a damn. This is the worst team in the NFL last year. They were the worst team in the NFL last year. You got to show up against them. You can't. That decision making he makes. He doesn't throw the ball down the field.
He also, on that fucking last like 4th down play or 3rd down play where he chucked up, he threw to the wrong receiver. He had homeboy on the left side wide open with nobody on him, but he threw to Mims, I think, who was covered on an overthrow on a terrible fucking play. Terrible fucking play. Terrible play call by Sean Payton as well. Like, why was that your play call?
Sean Payton is calling fucking plays like noodle, like Drew Brees is still there with his noodle arm, with no Armstrong.
The thing that really put the Titans away was the running backs at the end of the game. Like J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey just like, yeah, we're just going to run the ball now. Crazy that R.J. Harvey only had 6 carries. Criminal that R.J. Harvey only had 6 carries this entire game. Go ahead.
If you're a Titans fan, you just be happy that Cam Ward, everybody else can go.
Oh, there's not a single person on this team that I'm okay with having.
The coaching staff, any player can go except for Cam Ward. You got your quarterback for the future. You have to build around him. But everybody else should be on sale. It's that crap. They should have won that game.
Lions, Packers. Steve and I both picked the Packers to win the NFC North before the Micah Parsons trade. I think the Micah Parsons trade definitely solidified it for me. If anybody watched this game, Jared Goff being 31 for 39 for 225 and a touchdown, it doesn't show how bad Jared Goff looked today. Goff was horrible.
Jared Goff, Detroit's about to find the reason why McVay and Fisher gave up on Jared Goff.
Because this defense, they were suffocating.
Plus, Jared Goff also is terrible outdoors. He has to play indoors to be successful. Ben Johnson covered up a lot of Jared Goff's weaknesses. Because if you make it a Jared Goff game, you're going to win. He's the one that needs to be protected because he has a. That's why McVay gave up on him. That's why Jeff Fisher gave up on him when he first got him. Is there, and pretty soon you cut Hendon Hooker. So I don't know what the backup plan is to Jared Goff. Detroit, when Detroit finally gives up on Jared Goff like everybody else, he's a limited quarterback, and if you're gonna make him sit back there, he needs the runs. He needs the offensive line to be great. He needs to run. He needs to run to help him pass because he's not going to fucking make those things on his own. He can't be like Stafford. He can't be like all these other quarterbacks. He's a quarterback that also has to have help. It has to be run a certain way for him to succeed.
The Lions' offense did not look like any resemblance of the offense of the Ben Johnson.
This is Ben Johnson offense. And this is a team we thought that was going to regress because they lost 2 coordinators. Ben Johnson. You got another guy calling plays. He's never called plays before.
I don't know who's calling plays for them or what role he played because the Jets took the other guy. And it's night and day.
They lost 2 coordinators and a bunch of staff too. So they replaced not just the 2 coordinators, the other staff because they took staff. So the Jets got one guy. I don't know. The Bears don't need anything. They have Ben Johnson, so he could just.
Well, Ben Johnson took what's his face with him?
He probably took
Brunell.
Oh, Mark Brunell.
Yeah, I think Ben Johnson took Brunell with him because he was his quarterback coach or assistant last year. Yeah, and then we took the tight end coach. Yeah. Who also was like a lot.
So if you got the guy, so you replace your whole offensive. Basically, your offensive staff is new. You still got except for like Randall L.
Receivers coach. But he's not doing any of that.
Yeah, he's not calling any plays.
And then defensively, what do they do? Like Aaron Glenn got a head coaching job coaching a bad defense, right? This defense did not look like it was much better or any better at all because Jordan Love had a good game. Like, he didn't kill it, but he didn't need to because they just started running the ball towards the end of the game. Where it was like 60 for 22, 188, 2 touchdowns. He did his thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, the defense was wreaking havoc.
This team's so good. Like, you have Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons on the outside.
And this is the youngest team in the league.
They're a good fucking football team, man. They're a very good football team.
Yeah.
And they just did this to what was expected to be the cream of the crop of the NFC.
I want to think. No, I didn't expect them to be cream of the crop.
No, we both think here.
Regression.
We both thought here, at least for the division. I know I picked the Niners for the Super Bowl. I'm definitely regretting that now. But this here, they're going to be fucking really good this year. Really fucking good. All right, final game of opening night. Opening day 1, week 1 for Sunday. And we got, 2 games tomorrow? Houston Texans 9, Los Angeles Rams 14. The Houston Texans are going to have such a hard time on offense if CJ Stroud has to keep running for his fucking life.
Well, he was second in getting sacked last year.
Exactly.
And it got worse. They traded Tunsil to Washington. And like Miami, Cincinnati, and Houston for worst offensive line. And
Stroud's going to get sacked most than everybody.
I think Jacksonville's the second best team in this division, and Houston's going to keep them around because they can't protect the quarterback, or they can't. They literally can't protect the quarterback, or can't keep them healthy. Because Nico Collins wasn't even a factor in this game. Like, he could not even throw to Nico Collins.
And then the interception that Stroud threw wasn't even his fault. Wasn't even his fault. That dude just snatched the ball out of his hand. He went up on a jump ball with Higgins and just took it out of his hands. So it's like, yeah, he wasn't great. He got killed. And then he has the interception on his stat line, but you're like, oh, let me go see that interception. Oh, he couldn't have done anything different than that. He high-ponied the ball. He put the ball in the spot where the receiver's supposed to box out and get it. And the receiver just didn't win the matchup. He didn't get the rebound.
And here's the thing I wanted, because I didn't know how serious this fucking back injury was going to be. Because originally I would have picked the Rams to win the division and the Rams to go to Super Bowl.
Yeah, but Matt Stafford died weeks ago.
The Matt Stafford bad back is what's throwing me off. So I don't know when it's going to take effect. But he was getting rid of the ball here too.
Yeah.
And Puka Shell, and he didn't really throw that much to Devontae. But
Devontae had a couple bad drops.
Yeah. But he was getting that ball out. But it's just if he could stay healthy, because I was going to be, the Rams were going to be the team.
I was right there with you.
The West and the Super Bowl. Again, I was going to pick them, but it's just that injury, and then everybody in NFC West plays both Souths.
Houston Texans defense is really fucking
and they
good.
already beat probably the best team in the South. So they're 1-0, and they beat the best team in the South, which the 3 worst teams in the AFC South they still got to play. And they get to play the NFC South. So they could split the NFC South or go 3-1 against the NFC South. But then we don't know when this back shit's going to flare up.
And then again, they did this against a really good Texans defense too. Texans defense is really fucking good.
The Texans defense is...
I don't know where Puka was lining up all game.
Puka was lining up in the middle. He's lining up on the outside. He's lining up in the backfield.
All I know is if I'm Derek Stingley, can't let that happen. But I don't know if he lined up on him enough to really be a factor. Puka's a slot guy.
Derek Stingley wasn't on him.
Puka's normally a slot guy, so I'll let Stingley get the pass on that. But
no, he wasn't on him that much.
Yeah. All right. So, we only got one Monday night game this week, and it's Vikings-Bears. We get to see the NFL debut of one J.J. McCarthy.
And then I'm ready to see this Ben Johnson Bears offense
with an improved offensive line.
For reals.
I'm ready. I'm ready for Caleb to be everything I know Caleb to be.
Minnesota's defense, but Minnesota's defense really good, but when they play good quarterbacks, so Caleb has to come, because that defense is really good, But when they play the top tier quarterbacks, they tend to get blown out. So it's going to have to be a step from Caleb to deal with Minnesota's defense, because every time last year Minnesota played a top quarterback, they lost, and it wasn't even like close.
All right, Steven. The votes need to be cast.
I don't think there needs to be a vote. I think it's second place is Bo Nix, but first place is Tua. Tua was so bad.
Excellent. So, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Ass Player of the Week is Tua Tagovailoa. And because you are the winner of Ass Player of the Week, it is now the Tua Tagovailoa Ass Player of the Week award. Round of applause. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Thank you for hanging out with us. Your favorite part of the week and mine as well. We'll be back next week for week 2. Discuss more football. Steven, appreciate you for coming.
That's Mike McDaniel. Will he have a job next week?
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.